Hello, hello. Welcome back, guys. Come on in. I think we had an awesome writing session today. I know I didn't actually get any words down, but I ended up getting so much figured out. Loved it. Let's see. Cami, great to be back. I have just finished administering copious amounts of kitty nip onto the ground, which resulted in the stuffed carrot getting beat up amidst the nip pile. I love it. And she's back in my face for attention. She wants fun to play with. She's a baby. She needs her mama. Who is ready to do their weekly planning? I'm excited. For anyone that there is an actual template now to be used with this one. So jump into the description and download that. Print yourself a couple copies. I'm thinking because we do the 2 weeks for window for when we look at the important dates. I figure if we do 2 copies, then the second week can just simply go on the next sheet, and then we just update it as things kind of populate into it as the week goes across. But then you already kind of have part of it already written out, and then you see what's coming, but it's on a sheet that you'll be able to use the next week, and then we'll just keep kind of doing that, right? Then the next week you print 1 copy, and then that will be, you've already got the 12th to the, what would it be, 12th to the 17th? No, 18th? The 18th. And then, so on. All right. Let's see. Phyllis, hello. Happy Sunday. Looking forward to plan. I have a lot going for the rest of this quarter. Okay, interesting. Mary, hi everyone. Just logged into work. So if I get a student, you'll know why I disappeared. That's okay, hon. Kind of hoping you get a student, kind of hoping you don't. Probably the same feeling. Rebecca, all the things are aligned. I just got home, and this week I actually have printer ink to print out templates. Nice. Hey, Lori, hello. Thanks for the template. I just grabbed my copy. Awesome. Okay, guys, let's see. Louise, hello, hello. Come on in. So yeah, guys, take a second to grab the template. I should have also said if you are using a tablet and you're using GoodNotes or what's the other one called? Can't think of the name. Notable? No, that's not right. I don't use the other one, so I can't remember the name. But a software that allows you to write on a PDF within your app. Then grab that. You can go digital as well if you want. I'm gonna use good old paper today just because I want to be able to get messy with this and have some fun. So what we're looking for is, actually, I don't need to do that because it is here. And this is our template, guys. So this has the first 5 stages on it. And the 6th stage doesn't have to be on there because that is the part that we use our planner for. So we have stage 1, which is our backstory. We have 2 and 3, which is our plotting and our scenes. I added the to be continued into the plotting because it just makes sense. Then we have our everything about the protagonist, our daily habits, what we're going to use this week as our refill the well list, our misbelief, and then our new skills. And then finally we have our story beats, so we can figure out our storyboard, our care days, and our deep focus and how that all looks and where that's going to line up throughout the week. So I think this should be really clean and nice. And then of course we take the data we assemble from here and we put that into our planner. Hey Marita, how's it going, hon? Okay guys, let's get started. Does everyone have their templates? Say yay. Raise your hand or what is it? Wave? Waves? I don't know. Does this thing wave? Give me a star or a thumbs up or something that feels good. Okay, guys. Phyllis, this looks similar to my planner weekly page. I will continue using it. The legend planner is amazing. Interesting. Yep, perfect. I just basically took the pieces and figured out where I could put it on a piece of paper. Well, it's all good. But yeah, I see what you're saying about because it's got the habit tracker at the top. It's got your top priority. You've got your two sections for work and personal. That I didn't get into because I figure we kind of all have different ways of doing it, right? Trying to print my template, but my printer is acting up, girl. Ah, I'd say turn her off and turn her on again. I swear that fixes so many things. Yeah, you got it. Perfect. Thank you, Rebecca. Okay, we will just, let's see, give Lori one more second here and see if she can make it work. And half the time it's a software problem, which is so lame. I know. All right, guys. So, yeah, let's get diving in. And I put us an actual spot now for putting our week of. Let's see. Where does it show up? Does it actually? Oh, my mouse doesn't show up when I'm on there. Bad computer. Now I need a pointer. Lori got it now. For this great template, I am trying to limit using other page, but yours is amazing. Thank you, Ed. I'm becoming a little addicted. I'm gonna go and redesign, I think, the monthly one. Not so much the life map one, because that's more or less how I want that to look. I might make it a little prettier, but definitely I want to kind of play with the other one now and see what I can do to it. Okay, guys, let's dive on in. Backstory. A set of events that have occurred before the main story. As always, we're going to write our main story for the week and just give ourselves a solid plan that we can move forward and get the things done that we need to get done, the things that we want to get done, and the things that hopefully move our dreams forward a little bit. All right, guys. So first off is reflection. We're going to celebrate our gold star moments, our successes. We're going to analyze our challenges, our biggest distractions, and our best fixes. We want to note down what works so that we can make sure we can use that again the next time it pops up. All right, guys, let's dive on in. I'll get that 2-minute timer up, and let's fill in what your gold star moments and best fixes were for this week. And go. Oh, Mary. Okay. Okay. Okay, how did you guys do? What did you come up with? For gold star moment, allowing myself to step back and do some brainstorming. on Project Souls. I don't know why I allowed myself to get so tied up in getting stuck. I literally wrote the same chapter twice and was about to start rewriting it again. And I went, no, no, no. Time to take a little step back and do some brainstorming. I need to take and realizing, instead of fighting my way through the draft and getting and not liking where it was going, I took a moment and actually just took what I had and just figured out sort of, I still want that character in there. I know I still want her to get in contact with her, but I want her to get in contact with her for another reason that moves the story forward, where before it was kind of stopping forward action. So, but I had to kind of frighten myself a little bit, realize, because I was like, oh, I can just keep going. No. So my biggest, best fix was allowing myself to step back and do the mind mapping and the brainstorming. So I should write that down, mind mapping, because that's really the tool that I used. So what did you guys come up with? That was an excellent tool that really helped me dig into the story and find what it needed. Let's see here. Can you guys hear me? I think you can. Okay, and the next part we're going to work on is reluctance. What are you avoiding? Why? Is it somehow fear-based? Often is. Does it still matter? Break it down, make it priority number 1, schedule it, and see it done. Let's see, Lori, my gold star moments this week was receiving a wonderful 5-star review for the first book in my series. Oh, I love that. Congrats, hun. And also rediscovering an old manuscript and getting excited for this project. I like that. Rita, I was sick most of the week, so I was down for most of it. Reading and self-care time, but I did finish typing chapter 21 from Nano. Nice progress. Lori, distractions were watching TV and playing online games. To fix this, I need to use these as rewards. Nice strategy. I like that. Yeah, for me, the distraction was life. Steve had a couple of medical appointments he had to go to. My eldest had an appointment. I had strata stuff that I had to deal with. Clayton lined it all together. It was like, it was a fun week. But I stole my moments and I did a bit of work on your path forward. That one I chose to do the first one for the editing because I know I need certain elements in that in place, and I wanted to see sort of make sure that I got the next steps where I want them. So that way, as I'm taking the story in the course next week for the intermediate level, I also am being aware of, when is the advanced class, when is, and checking out the FA website and stuff like that, and seeing what else is on there. So it was easier to do that when I didn't have my computer in front of me. Let's see, Rebecca, my gold star moment this last week was realizing that discipline and hard work are kicking in. I've done more writing since Christmas than I had for 3 years before. Congrats on that. Is awesome. Take that down, note that down, whatever strategies you're using, write them down so you could turn to them in those moments of weakness and frustration. All right? Okay, guys, let's dive in and do our what are we avoiding and how are we going to get it off our plate. That way we can be free of it, get it out of our heads, because it's taking up space up here. We don't want it in there anymore. It's that little thing that's niggling at us all the time when we should be able to do other things, and it's going, yeah, but you haven't done this. Well, let's find a way to get it done. Let's name it, figure out what we're going to how we're going to break it down, and what our very first step is going to be to dealing with it. And go. Another one that I want to note is I used Kindle to start annotating the assignment story for the beginners class because I want to redo it, the assignment, now that I've taken the strategies webinar as well. And this time, to make it a little different and more of sort of a natural read, I put it into my Kindle and used it on my iPad mini, and it was so nice. It felt the first time I did it, I just printed out and did pen and paper. But this is kind of nice because then I can kind of still keep the story clean and not marking up. And I can sort of, and I'm using a slightly different headspace when I'm doing it as well. So I'm sort of moving myself forward so I can kind of bridge a little gap between the beginners and the intermediate course. Let's see, Lori, I've been avoiding cleaning the house. My husband helps, but I feel it really needs a good cleaning. I've decided that I'm going to focus on one room each day instead of looking at the entire house. Oh, I love that. Perfect. One room, one corner, and break it up for the day. And then, this corner, this corner, this corner, this corner. And then maybe the final, once everything's cleared, is the vacuuming or sweeping at the end, sort of once everything is cleared and where it needs to be, right? The other one for me, avoiding was Your Path Forward. I did get through one goal, the initial goal, but now I want to get back to it. I want to do 2 goals per week. I don't know if I'll do all. I ended up with 10, but I think I'm going to am I going to do all 10? I'm going to see how I feel. I'm going to break it down to basically the next most important, the next most important, and then sort of see where I am with the other lesser ones, if I'll even bother mapping those out yet, or I'll just save those for sort of another day. And I would like to see that done in the next 2 weeks. Actually, I'll say week and a half. So maybe I'll do the top 4, and then the other ones I'll just sprinkle in here and there because this is long-term planning. All right, guys. Let's see. Okay, let's dive into our next section. Stage 2, plotting. Series of related events making up a story. So the basic elements of story, I should say, are setting, characters, plot, conflict, and resolution. This is basically what we're going to come up with and create for ourselves, as we're the heroes of our own story. And we want to be able to get to the end where we want to be, and define that and give it shape and break it down and get ourselves closer to it. All right. So the first one is now to be continued. What needs to be continued or carried forward? How much did you accomplish? What else needs to be done? We can get a little more micro here. And is this project bigger or more complex than you thought? So for me, I'm going to continue with, let's get our 2-minute timer up. I think I'm going to make this one very writing focused because I have half a week before, actually, can I do that? I have to play the choose game. I have 2 things, so I'm going to see if I can do that. Once the course starts, I want to be able to focus mostly on that. So let's dive in 2 minutes and figure out what's part of our to be continued and go. Oops. And markup. That's what I want the word to be. Okay. So for me, I'm continuing with Project Souls. I gave myself a 3-part little checklist here. I want to populate the scenes that are already written with some teachers, friends, and enemies. I want to create a proper class list so that going forward, when I send her a class, I'm not giving the wrong teacher's name, the wrong room number, the wrong friend, the wrong whatever. I want to be able to put it all together. And then I want to write chapter 12, which again is going to be the 3rd time writing this, but now it is favor-based, and see if she can manipulate this character into helping her without telling the rest of the family what she's doing. And then for the editing goal, I need to annotate the story. I need to do the practice editorial letter and markup again, using the new skills I acquired from the full class of the beginner's course and the webinar for strategies, and see what I can come up with. Let's see, Cami, my power went out right when the sprint's ended, so just jumping into boop the like button. We'll tune in the replay with, oh no, hon. Hugs, hon, hugs. So what did you guys come up with? Lori, I need to continue working on this old manuscript and review the outline and take notes on what changes need to be made. Go through the novel binder and remove duplicate notes. Jot down scene ideas. Sweet. Louise, this has been great, but I have to go to dinner. I'll catch the replay later. Thanks for hosting. You're welcome, hon. Okay, guys, let's dive into our next one. Sometimes the 2-minute timer will be just allow us to get a sampler of stuff down. Hopefully with this form, we can just sort of name it. And if something comes to mind easily as to what we want to do on the breakdown, then we put that under the scenes part. But this way, hopefully the 2 minutes under will give us enough time to get to note down at least what it is. And then we can kind of maybe get the details in more as we kind of fill it out. Because sometimes you'll have the 2 minutes will be, you only need 20 seconds at that 2 minutes. And other times you need technically 5 minutes for this one, but you kind of can borrow from the other 2 minutes. You know what I mean? Okay, guys, we're going to go into our monthly, quarterly focus. What is new to this month or Q1? Any new opportunities, prep research that we need to do, anything that we need to reduce, remove, or delay that is currently in that plan, but now not quite working for us. Maybe we're not quite ready, or maybe it is not working with what actually ended up getting planned out. All right, guys, 2 minutes. Let's dive in and go. My voice is trying to end. So for my quarterly, there she is. So B-E-F-I February. Okay. Oops. Okay, so how did you get down? What did you get down? For this one, I just wrote down the intermediate editing course, Project Souls, because I'm hoping now that chapter 12 will be really easy and I can get that one done. And then I can jump in and get 13 and 14 written, which was part of last week's plan that did not happen because I was too busy writing chapter 12 multiple times. Now, I do have Publish and Thrive, but I'm going to keep that as a reward while I'm exercising, and I'm going to listen to the podcast of it while I'm moving. So I'm going to combo that one out, I think. And that'll be sort of reward, building skills as well to go through it one more time. Now, your path forward, that one, I don't know. Not sure. Okay, so we need those ones are there, and I will just put a quick note. Those three. Yeah. Planning. So we'll have your path forward and tools, which I'm going to do this time on index cards. Make that easier, I think. There. What did you guys come up with? Rebecca, monthly focus is to finish this draft and find beta readers. Nice. Lori, new for this month is rewriting, editing this old manuscript. Also have P&T modules. Have 2 chapters of meetings to attend. I also want to create a storyboard for this newest work in progress, and I need to update my website. That's a lot for this week. I would say you probably want to sprinkle that over 2 weeks and be kind to yourself. Or or really break it down and give yourself micro steps that will that'll make that a little easier so you're not overwhelming yourself. Think about the updates you want to make to the website, and maybe make yourself a little micro list, and that way you can check them off over the next week or two as you make the changes. And probably the manuscript will probably take the longest. Oops, I was thinking for the month. Yes. That's okay. What piece are you going to pull of that for the week, right? That's what we're kind of doing. And that's okay, because those are the bigger picture, which I'm trying to I see the plotting section having just the big picture label, whether that may be your content creation, your writing, your what else? In other words, social media, it's sort of content creation. Well, maybe not. Content creation is different, in my opinion. Content creation tends to be more of making the videos and stuff like that, where social media tends to be on the shorter, more fun side sometimes, Canva and stuff. Tell me if I'm wrong. I separate them in my head. Okay, guys, let's dive into our next panel. Projects. We have our ongoing, our recurring, our new, and on hold. Defining the what, the why, the how, and the when. So I may have to, because I definitely need to be able to give a lot of time, because this one I do believe I haven't gone into the class yet because it's not available yet. But we're doing weekly modules, and I'm going to assume if it's something like the beginners one, she's going to have us doing assignments. But this time, instead of just doing them for ourselves, we're going to send them to her. So I got to make sure that I get that done in each week, and it goes for the month. So I'm going to have to make sure that's priority number 1, so everything's getting handed in on time. So your path forward may end up being, I'm going to say 1 to 2 goals, because I am not 100% sure how much time I have to give to the class. So, and I would love to see those 3 chapters for Project Soul, and everything else is going to be kind of, maybe. Okay, guys, let's get our plans populated with our projects. Recurring are basically like the current work in progress novel that you're working on, or maybe a advertising campaign that's ongoing or something like that, right? And begin. health. So that's going to be yes. And there's also other. Okay, what did you guys come up with? I also pulled out my monthly template sheet from last week and see if there's anything else that I am potentially missing. And I think, as I have it in front of me, this will be a lot easier. Although I'm definitely running out of time. All right, let's see. Alright, so what did you guys come up with? I am excited for the editing course and stepping that next level. And I guess I'm gonna call it week 1 module. There. That way that's noted that that's a bigger picture item. Guys, our next one will be, which act are you in as you're moving forward? Are you in act 1 of the journey, act 2, or act 3? And it's kind of, there's a new energy when it's act 1. There's an almost to the end excitement when you're act 3. And then act 2 tends to be where we have to strategize more and a little bit more struggle. We struggle a bit more throughout the middle because it's kind of less fun, but we need to get through it to get to act 3 and beyond. All right, let's see. Lori, new is P&T Mod 1. I also need to prep for a scrapbooking event that I have on Saturday, which I forgot about. Perfect. You didn't forget about because you have it written down now. On hold is my work in progress, contemporary romance. Perfect. Okay. Okay, guys, let's do 2 minutes and just give a quick act 1, 2, or 3. I don't know where this is going to go. Maybe write it along the edge that has the story beats on it there, and you can just basically put what act you're in, or you can put it under the plotting as just a little side note under the title piece of whatever you're calling your current writing project or whatever it may be. Okay, guys, and go. Sweet baby joined us. Perfect, yeah. Nice. one is, this is definitely Act 1. Act 2 shows. It's kind of still new, so. I don't know, that one. Okay, what did you come up with? The only one that I feel truly like comfortable and happy in is sort of the revised writer stuff. But I want to start making myself uncomfortable. So, but I'm not going to try doing that in February. Not if I'm doing the course too. But maybe come March, April, I want to get some new content out, and I want to start doing I want to dig in and try to find some new fresh ideas that I can get down and share some things that I'm learning with you guys, and a more structured formula instead of just something that's randomly said in one of our lives, so that it's easy to find for future reference, right? I kind of want to get back into that, so I definitely want to see that happening. Let's see. Lori, I'm writing it under the scenes I have written. Yeah, I went under the plotting, but simply because I don't know if I like it there, though. I might, next week, I might try some scenes and see which way I like it better. Rita, better week for me, so I hope to continue with beta readers' feedback for Lear and cleaning up and organizing the upstairs. Nice. Crystal, hello again. It appears I took an unexpected nap. Oh no! Every day being up at 12, 1 or 2 in the morning will do that to you. Oh yeah. It was only 30 minutes, but it felt like hours. Oh, that was a deep one. Laurie, I am always confused by the Act 1, 2, 3 breakdown. Act 1, new and shiny. Act 2, that murky middle. Think about it where you're kind of, let's do baking. You decide you're going to make cookies, and if you've got everything together, you're putting together all the ingredients in the bowl, and you're happy, and you decide you're going to make a nice big batch so that you can store some, you can get some away to your friends and stuff, and your family, and you want to have like 5 dozen cookies, right, by the end. So you've got this big bowl, lots of batter, and you're happy. It's coming together. It smells amazing. Everything feels really good. You got all that high energy going on. So then you get your tray out and you start putting those cookies out on the tray and baking them. Your oven only takes 1 tray at a time. So first tray, awesome. Then you got to wait and let that cool off enough, get them on the rack. Do the next tray. By the time you're hitting that 3rd tray, you're in the middle, and you do not, now you're getting bored. Now you wish it was done, right? But then you got to keep going because you've made the cookie dough, right? So you're going to keep going. Now you're finally on the 5th tray. Now you feel good, and now you turn around, you get that in the oven, you turn around and you eat that nice warm cookie as a reward, because now the cookies are done. Timer's going to go off in 10 minutes. Boom, you've done your 5 dozen cookies and you feel good again. But that middle, tray 2 and 3, well, 3 and 4 maybe. Those ones don't feel as good. Does it help? I love baking, but yeah, I like things that are like 1 container done, and I can move on with those things I need to do. Okay, guys. Let's dive into our important dates. As I said, print 2 copies if you can. If not, that's okay. And let's note down our important dates for the next 2 weeks. Any events, birthdays, appointments you have coming, any commitments you've made with family or friends or work, anything where you know that you have to show up, or you want to show up. and then any workshop or classes that you have in this week or the next. And note your travel time, action steps, prep, confirmation if needed, and paperwork. I goofed up last week. The hubby's appointment, I thought it was for 1. The paperwork said 15 minutes early. We were about 10 minutes later that he slid in the door at the time that I thought the appointment was at. Lori, okay, now I get it. But when I'm trying to figure out where I stand in the different acts with 3 goals, I'm not sure because sometimes all 3 are in Act 1, and that's okay. Sometimes that's the way it'll be. Like the only reason I ended up with an Act 3 is because now I've been doing the lives for a while, and I feel really confident in them. But I kind of want to break the mold, like I said. But I know I can't do it in February. It's too busy a month. This is not going to work. It will be chaos if I try to do that. I may try to maybe do a short or something, which I can do more vlogish style and more relaxed. But I know a full edited video is going to be a harder thing to do because I don't have the time. So I think I'm going to take my the lives. So that part of the coaching stage, I my lives, actually I'm just gonna put hyphen on that. That's the differentiating part. The lives feel good and comfortable. I want to get out of the comfort zone. All right. Okay, guys, let's do our 2 minutes, and let's figure out the next 2 weeks of dates that are coming at us so that we can figure out what it is exactly we need to get prepared for, and if there's anything that requires any subsequent actions that we have to take. And go. What do we got? So, I think it was 2. Caitlin has, let me rhythmic and clip fit. That will be 7, 6, 7, 8. Okay. KP as well. Okay, what else do I have? Anything else? Okay, I think I got it down. What's that? I have an appointment. I think I need to make a side note here that has to go bye-bye. I don't know if it's already been done or not. Write that down. That is on the okay, guys. What kind of fun things do you have coming up? I don't have to write down the intermediate class because I already have that noted down for a class thing. Got a handful of appointments. Daughter has school, but that's starting to kind of become more of a normal rhythm, part of our lives. My other one's extracurricular activities, and I have another strata meeting this week. So, and I got to do some prep for Valentine's Day, which is also our anniversary. So I want to make sure I get something kind of organized for that. Let's see, Lori, February 9th, haircut, nice. February 10th, newsletter due, beautiful. February 10th, scrapbooking event all day. So you're going to have to, the newsletter will be auto-fed, or you're going to have to make sure you hit send it out on the 9th, or are you going to send it out before you leave to the scrapbooking event? February 9th, finish PNT Mod 1. February 17th, chapter meeting. February 17th, finish PNT Mod 2. Nice. Hey, Elizabeth. Hello, Lori. Oh, and pick up my grandson Tuesday, Wednesday after school commitment. I love that. Beautifully. Nicely structured. Okay. Hey, how's it going, Elizabeth? Alright guys, as requested, I also split up our business tasks. So we have admin tasks. Now, how is that going to work? If you run out of space, flip it over. Maybe that'll work because I think the lines are dark enough. And then you can basically use that middle section and put down your what the thing is, and then the details, and just kind of switch the lines. So business tasks, what do you need to do for your min tasks? Business planning, budget, financial planning, and any banking. Anything can be batched together. Try to do that because it'll make it more efficient for you. Elizabeth, I am going to continue searching for another job. That sounds good. All right guys, let's take 2 minutes and figure out our business tasks and go. Okay. To schedule. That's that one. I'll say on the. Can I do it on the 8th? That would be preferable. Ooh, 9th. That is at, I think it's 6 p.m. Oh no. Oh, a mind map that I think. Banking. Oh, Elizabeth, that is absolutely horrible. Oh, hugs, hun. Oh man. Why would they do that? I mean, that's terrible. Oh, I know you're already kind of thinking of looking for a new job. Did somebody reveal that that you had planned to? Sometimes some companies figure if you're not 100% loyal, then they're get out kind of attitude, which is not very nice because you outgrow jobs, right? Let's see. Oh, and thank you for the reminder, Lori, for the pickup, the commitment one, because our daughter asked us to get her to a little event with her friends. So thank you for that reminder. I got that down as well. Let's see. Rebecca, have a leadership meeting the 9th and 10th. Very nice. Pet sitting the 15th to 19th. even cooler. And the 19th off of work. I'm hoping to do some good writing that day. Oh, yes. She was laid off with no warning and got sick. Oh, that is awful. Truly awful. Crystal, good. You got it. Excellent. Okay, guys. Our next one is supporting tests. These are the, I don't know why I never actually put this down. Obviously, it's a main one. You should write that in there before I forget. Okay. And work schedule. Why did I not put this down before? It makes just sense that it should be there. So, our supporting tasks. These are little things that have to happen while we're saving the world. So your work schedule, what do you want to do? Your chores that need to get done this week, the errands that need to be run this week, any meal planning that you wish to do, your exercise plan, your personal banking, your bill due dates, insurance, if there's any coming up. I guess there could be business insurance too, but we'll cross that path when we get to it. Planning and your daily, weekly. Of course, we don't have monthly this time around, but I probably should add that as well. And where on the template are we putting supporting tasks? That is a good question because I didn't think about it. I would say, for today, let's put it on the back of the page. Same idea, kind of use the structure of the darker lines in the back and list out what it is, and then under the reverse side of the, which one would that be? The to be continued side, then we can kind of put in the details. And I will have to see what, it may be a 2-page template we need to get everything written out. And so there may be modifications coming, or a secondary page that might be just be the easier side of it, to basically take the dream life stuff, the things that we're working toward, our projects, our passion projects and stuff, and business and work, and our business, I should say, and then our work and life stuff sort of has a separate page. I will create that. For now, it's going on the back. Yeah, I put my business tasks on the back as well. Yeah, they're kind of, I didn't even think about how much space we would kind of need, but yeah, some of these things take a little more space, right? And the live sprints that you want to actually attend. I think my life should be getting more normal. I figured I'd make it some last week. Yeah, right. Okay, guys, let's dive in and go. So we got making this. In the live sprints, there's going to be a change as well. Jenna is now going, she's not going to be doing Saturday mornings. She's going to be doing, I think it's Tuesday at, oh, what is the time? Can't remember the time now. She's on Tuesday now. So if you guys want to basically take note of that so you can catch her lives. Let's see, Laura. Yep, 2-page template. Yeah, see in the future. Yes, for sure. Elizabeth, yeah, Crystal, I spent some time crying this week. Oh, I hear you, hon. Yeah, for sure. Okay, we'll create so it'll be a 2-page double-sided one, and then we can get all the nitty-gritty sort of things, our passion projects versus slash business versus our life tasks. Plan to get some drama editing done this week. Yes, I agree. Okay, guys. Now, on to the protagonist, you, our daily habits. Now, this one actually does have a section. What 3 to 5 things do you want to work on daily this week? What are you trying to form into a habit? For example, I have writing, morning pages, and walking 5K. Would love to see all 3 of those happen. I got my first like 10K day and I swear I broke it. I don't know. I don't even know if I got my 6K in the last few days. Like but then it was crazy busy. So I shouldn't have been surprised that was just going to be a wonky week. I think when you have a wonky week that's coming your way, reduce some of your habits so that they still happen, and maybe take the higher numbers down a bit for yourself, just so you can make sure that you're showing up and getting what you want done. Right? Okay, let's do 2 minutes and figure out what 5 daily habits you would like to work on, 3 to 5, I should say, this week, and go. Yeah. Okay. Mm. So what did you guys come up with? I've got one that's a healthy one I'm trying to do. Did pretty good at it this week and last week. Water first. I can't touch my coffee until I've had a nice tall glass of water. First thing. And it seems to be really, really helping with making sure that I feel, because usually I'm already dehydrated from sleeping, right? And not drinking anything all night. And then suddenly I get up and I drink coffee. I feel so dry. So just starting that day with a nice tall glass of water and just feels so refreshing. Writing morning pages. I'm trying to get back into them. Walking, instead of having the 6K plus goal, because I'm getting into a busy month, I think I'm just gonna go with three. I haven't decided whether I want to do 2 or 5 minute sessions, just to make sure that I'm getting up and out of the chair and moving around. I've already got that comboed with the podcast for Publish and Thrive, sort of as a combo on that. So I'm hoping to do three sort of short walks during the day, breaking up through work, and then we always do an evening walk to walk the puppers at night, and that will seem to work, I think. Let's see. And then finally, daytime reading. That one's sort of a self-care one, but I like doing it. I want to get back to it. I have to see. I don't know if I'll be able to do it right away, because I still want to annotate the assignment there from the beginner's class one more time, and I want to do that on my Kindle, so I might count that. It's a short story. Let's see. Elizabeth, I plan to get some developmental editing done this week. Nice. I want to get back to working out. This will help me out while I'm unemployed. Yes, definitely. Read daytime reading, outside time, weather permitting, journal and tarot cards, drink more water. I love that. Crystal to Elizabeth, I'll bet you it's because the Lord has something even better in store for you. Elizabeth, yeah, me too, Crystal. I'm going to get through this season of unemployment. Yes, you will. And you know what? You don't have huge bills yet. Like when you get unemployed and you have, you have to pay rent or a mortgage or car payments or any of those kind of things, that is so much more stressful. You still are in a place where you live with your family, so it's a little more stressful, and maybe this is a good time to reflect and see where maybe you want to look at a different field, or maybe a slightly different department of that kind of business, and maybe get some training or something, so the next chapter of your life can be you 2.0, right? Let's see. Crystal, I have recently added mobility training before my workouts as extra skin routine, and writing every day of February so far. Nice. Lori, and I'm back. My computer shut down because I forgot to charge it. Oops. That's okay. It happens. Elizabeth, I am going to create a new routine while I'm unemployed. Nice. Tracy, you will feel so much better drinking water first and delaying caffeine by 60 to 90 minutes. It's amazing. Ooh, okay. I will stretch my time a little bit. I basically, the second that water is down, I've been drinking my coffee. I'll try to just kind of move it along a little bit. I like that. Rebecca, I want to get some outside time now that it's finally nice-ish out. Hear you on that. And some phone-free time. The addiction is strong. They're not, as I just said, I misspoke, but I said to my daughter that put down the computer. She had her phone around her. But that's the problem. They're not phones anymore. Like back when we had phones and they were only good for calling and texting, we were not quite as enamored with them. Now they are mini computers, and calling them a phone is just not even remotely what they are. They are a computer you can make phone calls on. That's what they are. Let's see. Lori, I need to drink more water, write 2K words a day, and read nightly. Love it. Highly recommend a Kindle for the reading nightly. It's so comfortable. The Paperwhite is such a nice little unit. I love it. Let's see, Elizabeth, yeah, that is a huge help. I am a routine-oriented person, but I'll adjust to a routine. Yeah. Rita, I tend to drink my coffee prior to breakfast and water too. Yeah, I want to break that. I want to do better by myself. All right, guys. Misbeliefs. What bad choices have you been making that are affecting your overall health, energy, and concentration? I use the example of making one small change this week of drinking water instead of sugary drinks. But this time around, I think I'm going to change my steps to from being, I gotta get my 6K plus to, like I said, doing those 3 sort of incremental, maybe pre-planned somewhere about throughout my day. Maybe put them in my timer, and that way it'll go off on my watch and it'll say basically get up. Instead of waiting for the actual app to do it, I will control when it tells me to do it. Let's see. Oh yes, I have the Kindle Paperwhite. Love my Kindle. Oh yeah. So here, Rita. Okay, let's do this. Okay, misbelief. What small change are you going to make this week to improve you? And go. Oh, interesting, Crystal. I always stand as I eat. I really need to make it a priority to sit. Yeah, sit down and enjoy your lunch, right? And enjoy what you're eating. Let it be an experience. Yeah, I find often, I mean, I just did that between the writing sprints and the planning session. I made a sandwich and wolfed it down standing up. I could have gone and sat down. I did have enough time. But in my mind, I'm like, go. And I'm eating the food faster than I should have. And it makes you don't feel very good, right? Let's see. Lori, did I miss the refill? No, I switched the order. I have that further down the list, but that's okay. We'll just fill it in as we go. I was modifying as I was going, catch style. So we will definitely get back to that one. I will probably switch them around. If I'm going to do the second template, I'll switch this around too and get them in the closer order, which will be, that would go down. Okay, I'll just switch basically the misbeliefs and new skills has to go up and refill the well goes down. So we'll definitely have that up there. Let's see. Anyway, I'm going to repeat what I say every week. Laugh loud. I will drink more water, eat less junk food, and go to bed at a reasonable time. Oh, the sleep one. I know I want to add that one. I'm just not ready. Rita, we choose one small battle until we can make it a habit, right? Let's see, Rita, I tossed those plastic water bottles and now using plastic cups with the lid can be washed. I'd spill water all over the place in a glass. I should try the glass of water prior to coffee too. Yeah, for sure. Okay, guys, new skills. Why this? Why now? Do you need to apply for or just simply purchase it? What does your reading study time look like? What approach are you going to take to your coursework? Are you going to print hard copy of everything? Are you going to be working off of digital copy somehow? Are you going to be just watching the videos and taking notes in a notebook? Like, what does that look like? How are you going to tackle it? Like for me, I was taking notes in a notebook, and then I was doing the actual assignments in Google Docs, and it was okay. I think I could maybe do it a little bit better. This time going forward, I'm going to incorporate my Kindle into that, and I'll probably still use Google. Then I think I'm going to also use, now that I have Microsoft Word, I'm going to use Microsoft Word to so I can actually, because it's some more standard, right? And then practice time, what does that look like? How much time are you giving yourself to actually start mastering and bringing in the skill, testing yourself, figuring things out, and your evaluation, are you kind of giving yourself a mental grade of how you think you did? Or do you have an instructor who's coming back and telling you what you need to do? Are you going back and fixing things, like, right? And how do these support your future self, right? All right, guys, let's get a 2-minute timer up and think about our new skills and go. So what do I have in editorial? That's editing. And the other side of it is driving. Oh, that sounds awesome. Oops. What you doing? Hey. Alright. What did you guys come up with? Oh, you okay? No? You okay? Poor puppers. Let's see. Crystal, I am also always learning and taking notes. This month I've joined a book club where you read like a writer, and it's all writing craft books. I'm so excited. That sounds fantastic. I love it. Let's see, Laura Crystal, that's fantastic. This is an online group. Good question. How did you find out about it? Can you share any details with us, son? So for that one, I took the editing, and basically the angle being that editorial letter and markup, but also finding my style as an editor, and my voice and kind of my focus. What do I kind of want to work on going forward? Or I kind of want to start thinking about what it is that I would like to add, how I want to approach it, what I want to specialize in. So I just start thinking about those things as I'm taking the courses. That way I can, once I'm ready to step into that role completely, I have a good idea, right? Let's see, Lori, I guess my new skill this week, although I'm an alumni, is Publish and Thrive. Publish and Thrive, I have a feeling, is going to not. I'm going to consider myself doing good if I get like to the Q&A. That's how I see it. I don't know. I don't think it's going to have to be. I want to do the lives because I find them really useful, beneficiary, but I know I can't be doing weekly course load in the editing course and all the Publish and Thrive and try to do your path forward. This is just not going to be enough hours. So I'm going to maybe just be happy, do the Q&As. If something piques my interest, maybe go seek that podcast out. And that's kind of a reward for when I'm also for getting the other stuff done, and also, a distraction while I'm exercising to kind of keep it going forward. And that way I'm still getting to play and hang out with everybody, but at the same time, and taking that new information or retaking that information. That's often what happens. It depends on our mindset, what we're ready to hear and learn, right? I will have some coursework and we'll plan on doing 1 hour a day, night. As Sarah said, it's about 4 to 5 hours. Yeah, exactly. That's the nicest way to do it. Otherwise, it's like too much almost, right? All right, guys. Finally, our self-care, refilling the well. I will have to switch the order around. So refilling the well are our favorite activities: getting outdoors, trying something new, journaling, reading, playing games, doesn't matter, video, card, or board games. All of them will make you feel good. Scheduling your self-care, you deserve it and you need it. It's hosted by an acquaintance and it's the first time she's doing it. I'm hoping it generates enough interest to make it a monthly get-together. We'll keep you posted. Well, thank you, hun. Lori, I love the lives as well, but we'll miss it on the 10th as I'll be at the scrapbooking event. Well, that is a refill the well. You enjoy that, hun. I think scrapbooking is so cool. Yeah, exactly. You enjoy that, hun. Do not feel any guilt. There is always the replay if you want it, or come hang out with us on Sunday. All good. All good. Okay, guys, let's take 2 minutes and just make our little list of the self-care that we might want to do this week. And if you feel up to it, you can even put it somewhere in your schedule, but you don't have to right now. That's what the next step will be for when we get into the planner, right? And go. Mm. Love that. Let's see here. Lori, I love it. I call it going to therapy. That's perfect. I love that. Crystal, this is where I struggle to add something new that serves as play only. All my self-care is usually geared towards something like reading to learn, exercise for health, etc. How about reading for pleasure? When was the last time you just picked up a great novel and just dug into it and enjoyed it? And it doesn't always have to be something new, but sometimes when we try something new, it challenges us in different ways. So maybe something you sort of have a slight interest in that you might want to, that you've kind of put off trying, you could always do. I discovered that one of our local little places here has pottery classes. I've been thinking about that for years. I think that would be absolutely fun to go and do. Maybe something I might do with my daughters sometime in February, sort of as just a little mother-daughter thing, right? So maybe just like, or even tweak it. Like if you're exercising for health, maybe instead of doing your normal exercise routine, try a different one. Try Pilates or something, right? Do something a little bit different, mix it up, right? You're still doing it for the health, but you're getting to try a new something, right? Lori, I love to do memory journaling, reading, although I do put it off too often. Taking a drive to the ocean, listening to ambient music, or watching a movie or TV show that makes me laugh or inspires me. Yeah, we're currently watching Community and absolutely loving it. Just laughing our butts off. See, Rita, pottery is so much fun. My daughter-in-law was into pottery a few years back. Ooh, nice. Like I remember, like when we were kids, I think we had we were allowed to do it for an art assignment or something. Like we got to play in it. It was really fun. It'd be nice to kind of revisit that. Okay, guys. This is stage 4, our story beats. The first one is the storyboard, which is going to be that small little section there with the days of the week, initials of the week, I should say, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and what your week kind of looks like, that you know what's coming at you. So you have full days, which of course are all the time in the world to yourself. Half days, which is usually when you have maybe 3 to 4 hours that you could play with, I'd say. Maybe more, depends on your schedule, of course. Pinch days are those super crazy busy days that there's so much going on that you don't have time to breathe, much less, have a deep focus session with your passion project, right? Your life task days, that's when you're running around doing your grocery shopping and your errands and trying to get it all done. And then those 2 days off. Because it's a small section, I just use the initials F, H, P, L, and O. And then we'll just kind of go down and give each day a quick little letter to give it shape. Knowing, of course, things will be subject to change, of course, but we kind of have a view now of what our schedule's going to look like for the week. So we kind of know where we are going to maybe be able to have those, maybe 1 or 2 full days, maybe 1 or 2 half days, and then you'll probably have a pinch day, a life day, and an off day in there. So let's take a look, see, and go. Aww. Let's see. Tuesday is call this a full day. Life day. It's going to be running around. Tuesday, 6 strata meeting. Everything's evening. I should go have a full day. Okay, let's see. Lori, I love pottery, but we don't have anything around here anymore. The local studio closed up shop during COVID. That happened to so many small businesses. It was so sad. Wonderful little things like that where people could go and be creative. And I mean, those are really lean margins to live by too. So I understand why they ended up getting closed, but it still sucks. Rita, this past week I've even used days off and self-care health days. The closest to a full day was yesterday, and I spent it rewriting the journal, daily tarot cards, a new week. Yippee, exactly. Lori, my two pitch days are Tuesday and Wednesday. Monday's a full day as well as Thursday. Nice. Friday might be a life task day. And Saturday is my off day. Sunday is a full day. Yeah, I don't have an off day. And I would love to put one on there, but I'm not going to do that this week. I don't think it's smart to do because with the course, I'd have to do it earlier in the week. And then I should. I don't want to. I'm gonna figure that one out. But yeah, Thursday is the life day. We're gonna be at a house a good chunk. Monday, I'm hoping with what we have, actually I want to give that a slight, I want to call that one a pinch day because I think we're gonna actually try to do a few more things that day than is just written down. If I can get Monday and Thursday and get those, do all the errand stuff, I can actually have hopefully 3 full days and 2 half days after that, which I think will work. Of course, I'm sure it will change. Yes, yes, of course, right on. Okay, our care days. This week, do you have any need for wellness sickness days? Is this one of the weeks where you schedule it, or do you starting to feel like you might be coming down with something? You can kind of assess and maybe get that down somewhere so you're taking a day which is a little lighter. Mental health day, maybe you know you have a super stressful first half of your week. Maybe a mental health day would be good at the latter half. Do you need a buffer day for anything to be caught up? Do you have any need of a low energy day? You know that something is being, again, you have a very stressful day coming up. The next day you might need a low energy day. And any celebration days. We make sure we write those down so they're set aside so we can enjoy, right? Let's see. Rita, normally Friday, Saturday, Sunday are my full focus days since the kids' interruption at 6:45 a.m. the other days and after school. Perfect. Okay, guys, 2 minutes and let's just use, so wellness sickness days, S, mental health days, M, buffer reset days is B, low energy days is an E, and celebration days is a C. Try to you may not need all of them. Just use the ones that you think you might need this week. If you end up not needing them, they become bonus days, right? And go. No energy. No, actually, I'd rather have this. So I'm good for this. Okay, which ones did you end up using? I just ended up putting a buffer day on Tuesday. I want to try to wrap up some tasks. That way, when the class starts on Wednesday, I can give more focus to it. So hopefully between Monday won't be ideal, but I hope to at least I hope that pinch day turns into a half day. Maybe I can manage to get some things done faster or box them together a little bit and make them get done faster and easier, and then have a little more time. And then use the Tuesday for sure as a buffer day, get a bunch of things done out of the way, and then enter that class. Clear headspace. Let's see. Thank you for subscribing, Michael. Lori, I think next Sunday will be a low energy day, usually after I'm at an all-day event. I just want to take it easy the following day. Makes sense? Can celebration day be set to because I'm at, can be Saturday at, because I'm at the, oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. Saturday's a celebration day. You can do your scrapbooking, right? Okay, guys. Deep focus. Where do you see your deep focus days? I'm going to figure out, I think for this one, deep focus is going to land on, I think I'm going to go Friday and Saturday are my deep focus days, and the Wednesday. So I'm going to do developmental editing for the Wednesday. And then this one you might want to make your own categories. Like I'm going to use W for writing for Saturday. And then for Friday, now if I make it, Friday I could lighten up, and then actually I'm crazy. I don't know why, but that is a full day. That is one of those days where we have other things we have to do. So I'm going to have to pull that. So I'm going to have Wednesday, Saturday, and Sunday as my focus days. Yeah, this is going to be fun. I'm going to have to work very, very hard on Wednesday. This is not going to be a good week. Okay, guys. So think about where you would want those deep focus days. And just if you want to add a D next to which days of the week you like them. And then you can define them further when you get into the next stage of your planning. Now, major conflicts. This one we may or may not have anything coming our way, but this is one we're always kind of watching for. This is where we're going to take a look at that calendar and just take note. That's all this is about. Basically, any vacations, holidays, or surgeries, conferences, renovations, injuries we can't plan for, but face it, if you've gotten injured in the last few days, it's going to interrupt your schedule. So maybe your regular Monday, Tuesday isn't going to be quite as how you would want it to be, right? So think about the purpose to them, how much prep time you need for them, whether or not they're a positive or a negative. If they're positive, you're refilling the well, even if you do have to break your schedule a little bit to get there. And if they're a negative, sort of that surgery or an injury or a renovation, which is actually both, it's terrible going through them, but you're improving your space at the same time, right? So think about and see if there's anything coming at you. Of course, the injury one is definitely more short-term. Everything else will hopefully be coming at you and be in your schedule, and you just want to make sure it's noted so that you can use your buffer time in advance if it's a vacation, and that way you can free up your time to just relax, right? Alright guys, scenes, strategies, a section where there is action, a beginning, middle, and end, and moves the story forward. So we want our clarity. What do you want to achieve? Why do you want to achieve it? How are you going to achieve it? Enter the trials, that's where we're breaking things down. Enter the scenes as to what strategies we want to use, how we want to break it down, the micro steps we're looking for, when we want to do things. When are you going to achieve it? Morning, afternoon, night, 30 minutes a day, or 2 to 3 hour sessions per week? What are you going to do? Actions. What does your next steps look like? What do your measured increments look like? Your good, better, best goals, breaking things down and making them into bite-sized pieces that we can tackle and check off. Very much powerful as we move them through the week. Breaking it down that you're going to work on chapter 3, 4, and 5. That way when you finish 3, check mark and you work on 4, right? Your micro steps, whether you need to delegate anything or want to delegate anything, anything you wish to delete that is no longer serving you, and again, any of those problems or delays that are kind of coming at you so you can get ahead of them, right? Target dates. Let's give ourselves our target dates so that we have ourselves mini deadlines all the way through and will help us to reach our milestones. So time required, give yourself a little bit extra, choose the date, put it on the calendar, maybe look at your daily, weekly goals for breakdown and do some weekly check-in. Finally, rising action. This is our stage 6. This is when we get into our planner. This is all the events that happen in a story on the way to the climax. So this is us doing. These are us taking action. And our first action we're going to take is to build our planner, our weekly schedule, so that we are able to make progress on what we need to get done, and we can just very easily look at Monday and see what it is that we're working on and just jump on right on in. We're going to do all the deciding in advance and then wiggle around and change things as they come along. All right, so first thing we're going to do is determine what is the most important thing. What is your top goal for the week? What does that look like, and how does it move you forward towards your bigger goals? And how are you going to protect the times you've scheduled for this project? This is your number one. What does that look like? What is it? What does it look like? When are you going to do it? Break that down. That is your first task when opening that planner, is figuring out which one is your most important thing and giving that shape. Breaking down a few tasks that you can do that are going to ensure that you can show up for yourself, right? The outline, you're going to create your master plan ideal week. You're going to create Monday's plan, including your top 3. You're going to populate your planner. You're going to schedule your self-care, your mental health, and your buffer days. And you need to ask yourself, can you successfully manage to do everything you've chosen with the time you have? Make adjustments as needed. This is the first draft of your weekly plan. It is subject to change because life is change, right? But we're going to give ourselves a roadmap, an idea where we want to go so that we have some direction to take, even if we have to move things around. Otherwise, we spend too much time wondering what we should do, picking up these things, and then discovering that we've wasted 2 hours on social media, which we don't want to do. So let's make our plan, get it in our planners, give it some shape and form. It's never going to be perfect. Don't go for perfect. Avoid the perfection. Just get it down, give it some idea, and you'll move things around. And finally, our commitment statement. Say this with me. This week, I will make myself a priority and follow through and give myself the time I need to make progress on the projects that matter to me. This is your new mantra. You are going to be protective of your time. Your number one goal, that number one thing, you are going to protect it like it's a newborn baby, okay? That one is precious and important to you, and you're going to honor it by showing up for it. You're going to make a schedule for you. And that way you'll see progress, and it won't be sitting on a shelf anymore or sitting a file on your computer that doesn't grow or change. We want to make sure we're protecting the time that matters to us. Okay, guys, thank you for hanging out with me. As always, get your planner out. I'm going to get my legend out and start making a plan for next week and see what it is, how that's going to take shape. And remember, there's always room for change. Just because you wrote it down doesn't mean that once you start putting everything else in the plan, that it still works just the way you had it. So tweak as necessary. This is just to give yourself a guide throughout your week and to help protect some of those times that matter to you. right? Okay, guys, thank you for hanging out with me. I will see you next weekend, if not throughout the week, at all of our live streams. I'm hoping to at least get a few in this week. Thank you, guys. Thank you for hanging out with me. Bye, guys. You're welcome, Rebecca. Thank you.